Will anything eat these potato bugs? I don't know the answer to that. Any use for them? How in the actual fuck do I end up with only one of these gloves? They were both sitting right here. I also bought several pairs of these things because they were so awesome, and I also don't know where those went. These are the Milwaukee gloves. They're like rubber on the bottom. Water will piss through the top. Super comfortable though. I'm going to wear these in an effort to keep that little cut a little bit cleaner. I know I'm sounding like a real pussy with this, but I always joke it's not going to be zombies or raiders or airplane crashes on me. It's not going to be anything like that that wipes me out. It's going to be a little tiny hangnail that gets infected. So I just don't have time to have this thing cleaned out and debrided because it gets infected. I don't have downtime, right? And if they have to cut it open and clean it out, I also don't have downtime not to work. I would continue to work and it would just be a long, prolonged thing. So I'm going to make a little bit of an effort, which I never do. I'm going to make a little effort to just keep this thing clean. And we're going to go up here right now and move rabbit manure. Property is big enough that I keep the doors locked. Like I'm only going to be right up there up the hill, but I still keep the doors locked. It's big enough somebody could get in there and I wouldn't know they're there. Just little precautions, you know. I left that cage open. I bred that female, or tried to. She didn't take. Put her in with a buck. See, these are... Hey, thanks for peeing. Oh, shit. We're just going to clean out all these trays here. Get all these into here. A lot of moths up here. I haven't noticed that during the day. Lots and lots of moths in here. So we're just going to do a clean out. I don't think we need to show all of the running them all. I'll show a couple of them, dumping them, but for the most part, we get the idea. We'll just show before and after and get this task done. Do not attempt to adjust your radio. There is nothing wrong. Got to keep this motherfucker going strong. All right. See that pellet in there? That's feed. I often question whether that feed is growing once it gets out of here and into raised beds, because I have raised beds showing up with stuff that should not be in them. So I question if some of this pelletized feed still has viable seed. These were Tartar dog kennels we framed around here. They keep all of the animals out. Almost all of the animals. Mice can still get here, but for the most part, it keeps any of the predators out. Really, the only predators would be these dogs, which I don't think are a problem. But this opening is too small to bring these trays through, so you have to twist sideways to get those trays through there. So keep that in mind when you build your openings. You have to twist your body to get through there, which takes a toll over time when you're moving rabbit poop that's wet and heavy. Each of these probably weighs, I don't know, 45, 50 pounds, maybe heavier, depending how much urine's in them. Really, I just try to keep the chickens out of here. Check this out. All these little potato bugs. and some roaches and a mouse nest. Will anything eat these potato bugs? I don't know the answer to that. Any use for them? Is it bad that they're here? I don't know the answer to that either. Millions of them. You tell me. Do we need them? Do we need them gone? Will anything eat them? Or is it a good sign? So these trays, I think the ammonia in the urine eats them up. Every time I do this, I lose at least one of them, or at least get a crack. And the next time you use them, they'll be more brittle the next time you move them. So I use the smaller trays because they fit through the door better. They're also lighter when they're full. These are the bigger trays, and the bigger trays are just too damn heavy if you don't empty them more frequently. So small trays. Whenever you're at Home Depot or Lowe's, buy extras. These are concrete trays. End of the world, you're not gonna have these things. So you're just gonna be back to Rosa manure and shovel power. What time is it? Let's see. 5:30. 5:30, so in about 30 minutes, I got all of these tubs empty, everyone dumped. And here is our pile of poop. So to give you an idea, these pallets are, I think, 4x4, so about 4 feet high. So we're sitting probably at the peak, probably 3 feet, and about a 4x4 perimeter around there. Good manure. High quality rabbit shit. And poop free. While I'm up here, I'll go ahead and top the waters off. These bottles will work without the lids. These lids actually have a flap on them, but if you use the flap more than 100 times, it snaps off. So I just pull the caps, kind of keeps debris out as the lids fail, and they will eventually. You can totally run these without the lids. The bottles become brittle also if they get urine on them, which inevitably they're going to, because male rabbits spray. So you could replace these bottles with any soda bottle, 1 liter or 2 liter. They'll thread right on. And then you just have to use a wire instead of this clamp that holds this particular bottle. You could use a piece of wire. But unfortunately, those you have to unscrew. Although I would suspect you could just cut the top of that bottle off, or actually the bottom of that soda bottle, and it would just sit like a large funnel, and then the rabbits will just liquor off of these ball bearing or spring-loaded pin in the bottom of the water bottle. You can also set them up with water lines. Inevitably, there's one without the lid. See, I'm lazy, and if I automate my waterers, I will wait too long to come check and end up with animals that don't have any water. So I intentionally use these so that I have to come here every day to give them water. And if I'm up here every day, I will be sure to feed them, know what's up with the rabbits, and also introduce females into male cages to breed them on a regular basis. If I don't, if I hooked up 5-gallon waters for each of these, I could go a week or even more, and it just wouldn't be an ideal schedule for the animals, because I will fail to realize what's going on with them on a daily basis. So I intentionally don't use a larger volume water system. Plus, the way I maintain most of the stuff here, if the power ever went out for real, it wouldn't be a huge change from how I do things on a daily normal basis. As you see, we're starting to get a little more light here. I'm going to close this up, let that dog out. That's Hera. The older dogs don't eat as much, but if I put food out, the older dogs want to eat the food. If I lock her in here to feed her, she eats, and if I give them food while she's locked up, they don't eat. But if she's out, they all want to eat. She'll gobble hers down, and then want to go eat theirs, and it'll end up in an argument. So that's why she was locked up. Now I will go inside, take a shower real quick, put on clean clothes again, and make some breakfast. Make some breakfast for me and Amanda. Can you see that big white rabbit under the truck? The orange cat was just sitting right next to it, and it's the same size as the orange cat. Not my rabbit. Don't know where it came from. Maybe somebody dumped it here. There's somebody across the street. There's like a little shanty town over there, and they say they have a sign that says they have animals, rabbits for sale. So maybe it's their rabbit that they had for sale. I don't know. I figure I'll just leave it for a while and see what happens. I think this is locked from the inside still. I need to water too. I did not water last night because I watered late morning before we took off. So I'm gonna get in here and get a shower, put on clean clothes, make breakfast, then come out here and water this. Current time I'm running on is 5:30. So I got 90 minutes before I see another human being here. Sometimes they're here at 7, sometimes not here till 7:30. You never know.